still doesn't know how tariffs work. He still thinks China pays the tariffs.
Wait, so China's not paying tariffs right now?
The tariffs are paid by the American companies that import the Chinese goods. I see you looking a little confused. This is the way tariffs work. What Trump did is place tariffs on Chinese imports. By the time the imports get here, China's been paid for the stuff. The American company who brings the goods in pays the tariffs.
Really?
You're kidding right now.
No, I thought he said he was raising the tariffs by 50 to 100% for Chinese imports.
You gotta clip this. I'm begging you. You gotta clip this and send it to me.
I'm genuinely
None
confused.
of this stuff is getting cut out, right?
No.
Oh my God.
We post everything.
Please. The tariffs are paid by the company that does the importing. So if you want to build a building in the US and you import Chinese steel, you pay China for the steel, you pay the US government the tariff. This is why it's inflationary. Economists have looked at Trump's tariff proposal and said it would make stuff more expensive for Americans by adding the cost of the tariffs to the total cost of production. So that's the way tariffs work. A lot of people don't seem to know how tariffs work, which is sad because this is how people end up getting sucked into Trump's vortex. He says something that sounds good. I'm going to punish China with tariffs. Sounds good, Chinese tariffs. They're paid by the American company. That's why it's so damaging.
Genuinely had no idea. I thought China was paying those.
Yep. No, China's not paying them.
I thought they were, though.
They're not.
So why would he do that? I'm confused.
You'd have to ask him.
I'm voting for the man that's going to take America back, baby. Donald J. Trump, man.
What's one of your biggest issues?
It's probably going to be inflation, because I sell T-shirts and all that stuff.
Your T-shirts are made in the USA?
No, my blanks, no. See, that's the thing Trump's talking about. If we tax them, hit tariffs, the same item they're making over there will cost the same to make over here.
We pay the tariffs.
Well, the companies pay the tariffs, not us.
China doesn't pay the tariffs. We do when they come in.
What did Jesus do for you?
No, it doesn't work like that.
Like if I'm buying 1,000 shirts from China and there's a tariff on it, I'm paying. China's not. Jolly. So I'm trying to explain.
Who pays the tariff?
They're paying the tariff.
Do you think that? You believe that?
No, because I was trying to say, because I sell merch as well.
I sell you something for $10, right? You're going to sell it to him for $20.
Exactly.
But then I make you pay me $15 for it. Are you still going to sell it to him for $20?
Am I going to sell it to him for $20?
If I raise the price $5.
Oh, it's going to have to go up.
Right. So
Yeah, the consumer foots the bill.
Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash, and a sincere salutations to the hopeful elect, and also a healthy shalom to the few Akwath who are listening and learning. Lord's willing, this lesson be edifying. So what you see here on the screen is a denarius. It's the principal silver coin of the Roman Empire, and it's equivalent to a day's wage and also 10 asses or 10 donkeys. And I have this on the screen because I'm going to Revelation chapter 6 and verse 21. And it refers to this coin, the denarius, the principal coin of the Roman Empire. It refers to it as a penny. So I just wanted to give you some insight before I actually read the precept. So let's grab it. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 6. And I heard a voice, and in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Now, you see why I gave you the information on the denarius, which is referred to as a penny in this precept. Now, it states that a measure of wheat is going to cost a day's wage. It states that a measure of barley is going to cost a day's wage. Now, let's put this in perspective. A day's wage here in America, Babylon the Great, as of January 16, 2025, it says the average hourly pay in the United States was $15.49 an hour. This translates to about $280 per day. So a day's wage in America is currently the average $280 per day. Now, let's grab this in the NIV. It reads, Revelation 6:6. Then I heard what sounded like a voice among the four living creatures saying, 2 pounds of wheat for a day's wage, and 6 pounds of barley for a day's wage, and do not damage the oil or the wine. Now, 2 pounds of whole wheat today in America is roughly between $13 to $15. And 6 pounds of barley costs roughly around $26 to $30. So this precept is speaking on, obviously, inflation. All right? Mass inflation, known as hyperinflation. Now, to back me up, this is the AI overview of Revelation chapter 6 and verse 6. It says a day's wage is equivalent to a denarius, which is a Roman coin. The verse also states that a quart of wheat or 3 quarts of barley costs a denarius. It says, explanation, a denarius was a common wage for an unskilled labor or soldier in the Roman Empire. It says, the passage in Revelation 6 and 6 suggests that war and famine can cause inflation due to supply and demand. The amount of grain described is just enough to keep a person alive. Okay, let me repeat that. The amount of grain described is just enough to keep a person alive. It says the passage also suggests that most people are struggling to meet their basic needs. And these are the times that we're headed into. All right. A time of massive hyperinflation, a time of famine, where a day's wage, where $280 is only going to buy you at the store 2 pounds of wheat, which is normally $13, and 6 pounds of barley, which is normally $26. So hopefully I'm getting this point across. And I'm saying this because tariffs are the perfect way to bring about a depression. And this is Trump's plan. All right. Trump has been bragging about these tariffs before even coming into office. So let's play a little bit of this clip.
Well, thank you very much.
President Trump turning his attention to the global stage with a warning to the World Economic Forum.
If you don't make your product in America, which is your prerogative, then very simply you will have to pay a tariff.
The president's long-promised tariffs were not part of his day one executive actions, now targeting February 1st to begin steep levies on imported goods from Canada, Mexico, and China. While economists broadly agree tariffs can increase consumer prices at home, the president is promising a boost for American businesses.
There will be no better place on earth to create jobs.
He urged OPEC to lower oil prices.
He said there'll be no better place on earth to create jobs. But what does the scripture say? Hold on. Let's grab it in. Matter of fact, let me go here. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety. And since Trump has been elected, it's been Trump, the great white hope. Trump will make America great again. Everything that's wrong with America will be fixed. Peace and safety. His whole presidency was ran on peace and safety, making this place great. So, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right. Because you have to remember, Trump is a puppet. Trump is also doing the biddings of the wicked elite. And their goal right now is to what? To crash this economy in order to bring about this digital system, the digital implementation of this digital currency, this digital dollar, this RFID microchip, market of beast technology. That's their ultimate goal. And you people are cheering this man on as if the moves that he's making is there to help you. But if you look in past history, you'll see what's about to happen because history repeats itself.
Let's break down tariffs with a bit of humor. A tariff is like a tax on stuff we buy from other countries. Imagine you're at your favorite fast food joint, and suddenly they charge extra for Canadian bacon on your burger to make American bacon more appealing. That's a tariff in action. Back in 1930, the US government thought, hey, let's slap tariffs on foreign goods to protect our businesses and create jobs. This led to the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, which raised taxes on over 20,000 imported items. The idea was to boost American industries by making foreign products more expensive. But here's where it went sideways. Other countries got ticked off and retaliated by taxing American products. It turned into a global trade war, with everyone playing a game of who can tax more. As a result, international trade plummeted, businesses closed, and unemployment soared, making the Great Depression even worse. So, while tariffs might sound like a patriotic move to protect local jobs, history shows they can lead to a messy fallout. It's like trying to win a game by moving the goalposts. Sure, it changes the rules, but it doesn't guarantee a win and might just make everyone quit playing.
So as you can see, DJ Chump is doing exactly what the elites want him to do. Plain and simple. So from here, let's grab Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6 in the NLT. On Egypt, if you lean on it, Zakar'Yah, on Egypt, if you lean on Egypt, it will be like a reed that splinters beneath your weight and pierce your hand. Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, is completely unreliable. All right? So the Heavenly Father is telling you, man. Pharaoh is unreliable, man. Trump is unreliable. Nero is unreliable. And trusting in this devil is going to lead to your destruction. Matter of fact, let's grab Proverbs 25 and 19. It reads, confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. Right. Would you try to run on a broken leg? Would you try to eat a full course meal with a tooth out of joint? You're putting your trust in an unfaithful man. A man who, when he swore in, didn't even put his hand on the Bible. A man who is a sexual deviant. A thief, doesn't pay taxes. A felon. The epitome of everything America is. The complete opposite of righteousness. You're putting your faith in this man. And it's going to be your downfall. This is Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 1. Woe to them, woe meaning destruction. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You're carnal. You're going to put all your trust and all your hope in Trump and America being made great again, and it's going to be to your detriment. Believing on Pharaoh, believing on Egypt is a trap and a snare. And it only leads to one place: death by pain. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. This is Second Esdras chapter 16 and the GNT and verse 21. It reads, the time is coming when food will be so cheap that people will think a time of peace and plenty has arrived. Right. And even though prices are a little inflated and there's no such thing as a dollar menu, you can still go get deals at McDonald's and Wendy's, a $5 deal. It may be a little bit less than what you received in quantity from the dollar menu, but food is still roughly cheap, enough for you to be able to spend under $10 and fill your belly. So y'all think that, oh, okay, things aren't they're bad, but they're not that bad. But now Trump's in here. He's going to fix everything. Well, let's read. It says, the time is coming when food will be so cheap that people will think a time of peace and plenteous has arrived. Right. Y'all think it's going to be made great again, man. Y'all think green pastures are on the horizon. But what does it say? But then disaster will spring up everywhere, wars, famine, and great confusion. Many people on earth will starve to death, and those who escape the starvation will be killed in the war. Their corpses will be thrown out like garbage, and there will be no one left to comfort the living. The earth will be deserted and its cities demolished. And that's what's coming. We're in the season of judgment. We're in the season of the MOTB. We're in the season of Jacob's trouble. We're in the season of the final prophecies, the final main prophecies taking place. To sum it up, we're at the end. Lord's willing, this was edifying. Shalom, Israel. Wa abad babal.